What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the
fuck? What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit, man. Turn. Motherfucker, day. Straight hooding outside. Big crib in it. Gang straight hooding outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell who you are, but also never put yourself in a position of belong. Let's stay humble. Let's get on the revolution. On this movement, keep Yahweh first. Come and choose a black Hebrew Israelite. As a real Jew, we out you. Alright. Boom. Today, it's a motherfucker day. Straight hooding outside. Big crib in it. Dang! Straight hooding outside shit. Alright, turn up. Hey man. We gonna check up and see what's been going on with the baby, man. You know what I'm saying? You know we've been fucking with the baby music and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen his recent videos and shit. But we finna see what's been going on with the baby and all this shit that's been going on with like Diddy and shit, man. Like a lot of this shit behind the scenes, man, is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of these people careers, man, being at some slow headaways because some shit, man. But we finna look what's going on. Hopefully the baby, you know what I'm saying, can bounce back and they can, take over the shit. We back in this bitch. Hey man, say man, a lot been going on in the industry, man, and we finna see what's going on with the baby, man. You know, ever since this Diddy case, and all these celebrities are like panicking. Have y'all noticed that? Since all this shit has been happening, the celebrities are panicking, and you know, a lot is coming up, and we finna see what the fuck going on.
We continue telling you about artists who at one time had literally everything you could dream of in the music industry: success, fans, streams, and money. However, by 2025, they not only disappeared from the charts, but even their most loyal fans began to forget about them. Today, we'll talk about a rapper whose name was on everyone's lips and whose career peaked in 2020. But after his rise, he slowly descended from the musical Olympus, which led to the fact that now the rapper is only remembered when people talk about artists who ruined their careers with their own hands. As many of you may have guessed, today we'll talk about the baby.
I still fuck with the baby.
So what's the reason behind the rapper's rapid downfall? Many claim that the baby simply fell victim to cancel culture, while others say that his music became much more mediocre and commercial. Well, the loss of popularity can't be explained by just one factor. It happens due to a cumulative effect. And the rapper handled that effect excellently, shocking the public and listeners for years with his strange behavior and ties to criminal activity. Let's break down the whole situation together with you.
I feel like the baby had a hell of a run. To be honest.
Not much is known about the artist's childhood, but it's still important to mention his early biography. The baby, born Jonathan Lindale Kirk, was born in Cleveland, Ohio on December 22, 1991. In 1999, he moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina, where he spent the rest of his youth. He was the youngest child in the family, and along with his two older siblings, he grew up listening to Eminem, 50 Cent, and Lil Wayne. There was so much music in my childhood, but Lil Wayne definitely influenced me the most, the rapper said when talking about the artists he listened to as a kid. The baby was born into a single-parent family and grew up with his mother, although his father's figure was always present in his life.
Okay, so you had a father the whole time?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, he always put shit on my mind, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I go kick it with him for the summer and shit like that.
Okay. But he wasn't actually living with you guys.
Bruh.
Was he helping out with the family?
We seen the baby, man. He got lit, though. He playing basketball. He be turning up, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like $80 or something. I tell my mama get it in all ones. Elementary school flexing.
Okay.
I swear to God.
You bring your child support check, money in ones.
Yeah, she'll give it
elementary
all.
school.
She'll give it my mom. You know, my mama Trill, she'll give it all to me. You know what I mean? All
Nice.
ones. Yeah, all ones. She'll go cash it out. All ones.
In 2010, Jonathan graduated from Vance High School. Then, he enrolled at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. After 2 years, he dropped out, stating that he didn't think education was necessary and that he only went to school and college for his parents' sake. The baby felt like a black sheep in a predominantly white school, but he doesn't regret the time he spent at the university. I found myself in a different environment.
Yeah,
He recalled in
sometimes, man, that's what I
2019,
said,
adding,
man.
I had to adapt to it. At first, I was like, what the hell am I doing here?
If you're-
I studied
if
for
you're
2
not
years,
getting,
then I went back to the city.
like, to
I came
know
back a grown man.
what's really
After
going
dropping
on,
out, the baby spent his teenage years on the streets,
you're in
as is
a
typical in the
predominantly less
canonical
not
rapper
black school.
backstory.
It's
How old were
cooked.
you when you started getting mixed up with all that?
Get mixed up with what?
The streets.
Gotta be damn if a white person called me the ER
I don't know,
on some just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel
Okay,
me?
a little bit later.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to a lot of guys that are 13, 14.
I mean, I've been running around doing, you know, little shit, but I mean, like, 17 when, like, I mean, I don't know. It depends on, you know, what you would call getting mixed up in the streets.
By age 17, his arrest record already included driving with a fake license and possession of illegal substances. However, this same path to success led his cousin to a long prison sentence. Still, the baby isn't ready to talk about what he did during that time, what he was involved in between dropping out of the University of North Carolina and starting to seriously pursue rap belongs to the list of topics the baby considers off limits for interview discussions.
Losses I don't want to speak on, you know what I mean? Losses I don't want to speak on, but, you know, they built character. You know, they made a man out of me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it made it, you know, when it comes to music and, you know, in this business and shit not going my way here and there, like, I was already accustomed to, like, dealing with that type of shit, standing on it and shaking back. Like, I was always one that could just shake back from whatever, you know what I mean?
You'll just have to let your imagination, or his sometimes ambiguous lyrics, fill in the blanks of his biography. After some time, the baby decided to leave the streets and start doing music. According to him, there wasn't any particular reason to suddenly drop everything and switch to rap. He just knew from childhood that he wanted more, that he had to
Bro,
become
I
rich
know
and successful. In
rap
2015,
can take-
Jonathan
to
began
change people's
recording his
lives,
first
man.
tracks, taking the stage
You know
name
what I'm
Baby
saying?
Jesus.
Like-
That year, Baby Jesus did everything possible to attract listeners,
nothing wrong with,
recording freestyles over popular instrumentals,
getting lit
putting
off
up
a rap.
stickers and posters around Charlotte, and even selling his house and 2 cars to invest money in promotion and studio equipment for his sound producer friend.
See, do that ain't the type of stuff we do. I'm at. I wouldn't have it any other way.
It paid off.
Hey.
Local radio stations started playing his songs,
He did
Kirk
no
began
shit off,
performing as an opening act
Kendrick
and
Lamar
at shopping malls.
beat.
And by
I don't know
March,
if
the
y'all
leader of
heard
the
it.
Carolina collective cult rap, De Niro Farrar, invited him to be a
baby can
supporting
actually
act
rap,
at a hip-hop
nigga.
festival in Austin.
I'm only gonna jump in that water if I got a hat.
The next success unexpectedly came in the form of an unofficial anthem for the local NFL team, the Carolina Panthers, which he recorded together with dab creator Skipper Da Flipper, earning Jonathan local
Skipper.
fame.
I play for the Panthers. I'm dabbing like I'm from.
And in that same 2015, he released his debut mixtape, Non-Fiction. Although the mixtape didn't gain widespread popularity, Jonathan maintained a steady local success.
Talk about what they call me. Bitch, I think I'm Baby Jesus.
And a year later came God's Work Resurrected, which sparked more interest around Jonathan. The single Light Show from the latest mixtape garnered over 1 million plays on SoundCloud and DatPiff, and the video on YouTube crossed the 2 million views mark. Unfortunately, the video has since been deleted and is now only available through fan re-uploads.
So much go wrong, my nigga look like Mr. T. I say this with other.
Indeed, the artist had to change his nickname because the tracks were far from Christian.
Why were they offended at calling yourself Baby Jesus?
I mean, because I'm calling myself Baby Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't even like no self-proclaimed shit. Like, I mean that. Like, I'm out here for a reason. Like, you know, I'm in a position I'm in to do great things for other people. It ain't really about me. And through time, it's gonna show, you know. It's gonna show naturally. Like, I can't shake it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't shake it. You know, that's just me. Like I do for others, you know what I mean, before I do for myself. No matter who tell me not to, whatever, I can't. Yeah, okay, whatever, I'm gonna do that. Like, that's how I get my sleep at night, you know what I mean?
Well, you ever see that show, Black Jesus?
Nah.
You heard of it?
That's some clown shit, though.
Well, I know the dude. I interviewed the guy who stars in it.
I fuck with
right?
that shit for Adult Swim.
And we had an interesting conversation about that, where he said, a lot of people were kind of, had issues with Black Jesus and so forth. And I said, well, what if yourself Jesus? And he said, wow, that's an... What if you just called yourself Jesus? And he said, wow, that's an interesting point.
Then he released a series of mixtapes, Baby Talk, $1 Billion Baby, and Back on My Baby Jesus Shit. Kirk achieved major success after signing with Arnold Taylor, president of the label South Coast Music Group, a major radio producer. Taylor saw Kirk performing in clubs in North Carolina around the time he was launching his label. Taylor had been responsible for the early rise of southern rap stars, including Yo Gotti and Future. As soon as they started working together, the team kept creating buzz in the South through mixtapes and club performances, while Kirk searched for his own sound. The rapper knew how to attract attention in different ways, so in 2017 the world saw a Future star walking around in adult diapers.
Your ass gonna be cooked. And that shit what Playboy Mike was talking about. He said he didn't want to go outside in a diaper, so that's what they want him to do, go outside in a diaper.
And this kind of tactic paid off. He kept gaining more fans thanks to his contract with South Coast. Kirk signed a short-term distribution deal with Rock Nation, managed by Jay-Z, to release his mixtape Blank Blank, which became his breakthrough in late 2018. One of the most striking tracks on the album was Blank Blank, which brought DaBaby significant popularity, and the music video for the track gained over 21 million views, a very strong result and an indicator of his rising success. Thanks to Taylor's guidance and after intense bidding from major labels, Kirk signed a 7-figure recording deal with Interscope. In January 2019, after signing with Interscope, Kirk launched his own label, $1 Billion Baby Entertainment. I won't stop. Where I am now, you could definitely say I'm successful, but right now, I'm not satisfied at all. I'm immensely grateful and fully understand that I'm blessed and very lucky, but I'm not satisfied at all, the rapper said about his rising success. And it became clear to everyone that this guy was about to explode onto the hip-hop scene. In March 2019, Kirk's debut studio album, Baby on Baby, was released under the Interscope Records and South Coast Music Group labels as a joint venture with both. The project featured Offset, Rich Homie Quan, Rich the Kid, and Stunner for Vegas. Baby on Baby debuted at number 25 on the Billboard 200 album chart in the United States, and the track Shook debuted at number 87 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart on April 13, 2019, and broke into the top 10 by June 8, 2019.
Shit like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah.
The success was huge. Jonathan had finally made it. He was being listened to. He was loved. It even reached the point that DaBaby was on the cover of XXL magazine and was listed as a 2019 freshman.
They be worried about me. They know I'm a clique. These niggas, they know I'm a dog. I ain't worried about him. I know he.
The rapper's popularity was growing, and along with it, new listeners began to uncover grim details from the artist's biography. For example, in November 2018, DaBaby was accused of killing a man in a Walmart store in Huntersville, a suburb of Charlotte, North Carolina. Initially, many fans assumed this was just for hype ahead of a new release, to which DaBaby quickly responded on his Instagram.
Hey, look, I feel like it's only right to tap in. You see what I'm saying? And let y'all know, first of all, ain't no free me, you know, I'm free than a motherfucker, and ain't no RIP me, you know, my heart still beating, you know, and condolences goes out to the other parties involved, you see what I'm saying, and all you bitch ass weirdos talking about, my bad, my goddamn brother called me, so, you know, my shit, it froze up, but yeah, talking about using this shit to promote my motherfucking album, mixtape, whatever, bitch. Check the dates, check the caption. I was promoting this shit. Goddamn, before the weak ass shit happened, I was promoting this shit as I was on the way to the Walmart, you feel me? And I'm gonna keep promoting this shit, man. Don't nothing stop. You know, if I don't goddamn promote this shit and continue to be successful, then all this shit was in vain anyway, because that's why this shit happened, because I am who I am. You know what I mean? But just like I said when I posted that video the other day.
However, more details of the incident soon became known. After the shooting in the store, chaos broke out. Customers rushed for the exits. The police responded quickly. One officer was already inside the store during routine patrol. But initially, it was unclear who had been involved in the shooting or what had happened. In the empty store, police only found the body of 19-year-old Jalynn Dominique Craig, who had died from multiple gunshot wounds. A few days later, local news agencies in Charlotte confirmed that rapper DaBaby was one of 4 people detained for questioning. Shortly afterward, DaBaby posted a video from a hospital bed on Instagram in which he confirmed that he had fired the shots in self-defense. If those shots hadn't been fired, my damn daughter could have gotten hurt, my son could have gotten hurt, I could have gotten hurt, I could have gotten hurt. The damn lawyers are telling me not to say anything. Fuck all that. 2 motherfuckers run up on you and your whole damn family, threatening you, shooting at you. Fuck all that. You feel me? DaBaby claimed that just before the Walmart killing, he had been violently robbed by two men while shopping with his family. The attackers were allegedly armed and possibly trying to kill the rapper, and footage from Walmart security cameras eventually confirmed this version in the eyes of the court. By March 2019, the judge agreed with DaBaby's legal argument of self-defense and dropped the murder charges. The rapper was only charged with a misdemeanor carrying a concealed weapon. Despite the fact that the rapper got off with a light charge, this case would come back to haunt him a couple of years later. But more on that later. Despite many listeners learning the brutal truth about DaBaby, he didn't lose his popularity. Quite the opposite, things were only going up. In mid-2019, DaBaby was featured on various hit songs, including Megan Thee Stallion's Cash Shit and Quality Control's Baby, both of which made it into the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart. In July 2019, DaBaby appeared on Dreamville's Revenge of the Dreamers 3 as a guest artist on the opening track Under the Sun. He received recognition for his guest verse, and various publications called it the best of 2019, including Complex magazine, which called it a defining moment for a new rap superstar. However, not everything can be like a dream, and in the same year when the rapper began gaining popularity, his father passed away. This undoubtedly hit Jonathan hard, and he decided to dedicate his new album to the memory of his late father. His second album is dedicated to his last name, and the cover features his father holding him as a baby. The album was released in September and debuted at the top of the Billboard 200 chart. Its lead single, Intro, was hugely successful, peaking at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. Around the same time, DaBaby also made notable appearances on singles like Enemies by Post Malone, which reached number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100, and in remixes of Stop Snitchin', Truth Hurts by Lizzo, and Panini by Lil Nas X.
You thought I was playing, huh? Yeah, but I meant this shit litter. She wanted to buy, but I told her fuck that.
In October, he appeared in a cameo role in the music video of his protege Rich Dunk for the track High School.
When I ride my shit in my lap, little nigga fuck reaching up under. I do a gangster, but nigga.
In 2019, Kirk ended the year with 22 entries on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, setting a record for any artist that year. Confirmation of the huge success DaBaby managed to achieve came in 2020. At the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards held in 2020, Jonathan received 2 nominations for the track Shook in the categories Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. In an interview, the rapper shared that he had nothing when he started, and only hard work could lead him to such success.
I come from nothing. You and your brothers can't even get a fresh haircut. Y'all ain't doing too good. Even with me coming from where I come from, that ain't something that I use as an excuse. That's more so like motivation.
Cut your haircut with a fucking razor, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like a cut like a razor, like you know you cut.
His third studio album, Blame It on Baby, was released in April 2020. The album received positive reviews and achieved commercial success, debuting at the top of the Billboard $24,000 album equivalent units, becoming Kirk's second album to hit number 1. This led to the track Rockstar, featuring Roddy Ricch, staying at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 7 consecutive weeks and becoming a hit in the United Kingdom. However, no career of a rapper raised on the streets comes without legal troubles. In January 2020, DaBaby was detained and questioned in Miami in connection with a robbery investigation. Later, he was arrested after authorities discovered there was an outstanding warrant for his arrest in Texas on assault charges. According to TMZ and other outlets, members of his team allegedly attacked a music promoter and robbed him because he had only paid Kirk $20,000 of the $30,000 owed for a performance in Miami. Reports say he and his associates allegedly took $80 in cash, an iPhone 7, and a credit card from the promoter. Kirk was charged with assault and was released from the Miami-Dade County Jail 48 hours later. 2020 truly became memorable due to the buzz DaBaby stirred with his controversial actions. During the Up Close and Personal tour in 2020, he slapped a female fan on his way to the stage during a performance in Tampa, Florida. The crowd reacted with boos, and he left the stage without performing a single song. He said he slapped her because she brought her phone too close to his face while filming with the flash on.
Got the motherfucking chicken grease out of this year. Bro, he got the motherfucking chicken grease out of this year.
He later posted an Instagram story asking fans to send him video footage from another angle of the incident. I'll give $10,000 to whoever shows how Shorty hit me in the eye with her phone from a good angle, he said. He later posted another video apologizing for his actions. In a video posted to Instagram, Kirk said, "I apologize that there was a woman on the other end. I think by now it's a well-known fact. Whether it was a man or a woman, I would have reacted the same way. Of course, this dealt a blow to the rapper's reputation and would echo for years to come. But none of that stopped the artist from continuing his productive output, and in July 2020, Kirk released released a single with his protege, Tuna for Vegas, called No Dribble. The track was included in the deluxe edition of the album Blame It on Baby, which was released in August 2020 and was called by DaBaby a brand new album. However, the rapper's life was once again filled with tragic events. Still reeling from the death of his father, Jonathan learned that his brother had died from a gunshot wound. It was later revealed that his brother had taken his own life. Following his brother's death, DaBaby initially expressed his grief openly and used social media to communicate with his fans. Later, the rapper also admitted that he had turned to a psychotherapist to cope with the numerous tragedies he had faced over the past 2 years, including the death of his father in 2018. Just like with his father's death, the rapper released an album dedicated to his brother's passing. DaBaby released the EP, My Brother's Keeper, Long Live G. Despite everything that had happened in the rapper's life over the past years, he wasn't planning on stopping and continued to reach new heights. So at the end of 2020, DaBaby participated in creating the remix for Levitating by English singer Dua Lipa. Despite the fact that the remix was released at the end of 2020, the song began to climb the charts and in 2021 reached second place on the Billboard Hot 100. Have you noticed that as soon as we mention some successful DaBaby release, a series of various problems follows? Well, 2021 was no exception as the rapper came under cancel culture. In July 2021, the rapper faced backlash due to statements that many considered homophobic.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Let's be real about this shit. Just keep it fucking real.
After that, DaBaby's scheduled performance at Lollapalooza on August 1 was cancelled, and he was later replaced by G Herbo. The fashion brand Boohoo Man ended its collaboration with Kirk. He was also removed from Parklife Festival, Day in Vegas, Austin City Limits Festival, Music Midtown, and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Radio stations replaced the version of the Levitating remix with one without his part, resulting in his name being removed from the Billboard Airplay charts on August 9. On August 24, he also mentioned his cancellation in a freestyle over BS track, Whole Lot of Money.
Make 20 millions, gotta be kidding. I ran laps around all of these niggas. Feel like the car riches.
Kirk decided to issue a public apology and donated a significant sum to an HIV foundation. That helped somewhat, but of course, time also played a role. DaBaby chose to step away from the media space and keep his appearances there to a minimum. After half a year of silence, the criticism and negativity toward DaBaby had diminished. His exit from the public spotlight helped him deal with the backlash. That period became the most suitable time to release a mini album, and it came out. On November 12, Kirk presented an EP titled Back on My Baby Jesus. The signature sound of Jonathan's early albums and the same aggressive delivery returned, and among the featured stars on the mini-album were Kodak Black and 21 Savage. However, the release didn't produce any major hits and failed to achieve commercial success. Exactly a month after the release, on December 12, Kirk was set to perform at the now familiar Rolling Loud Festival. DaBaby was supposed to take the stage at Power 10 stage, but a small delay occurred and Kirk ended up filling in for rapper Future, who was performing on another stage. Because of this confusion, DaBaby once again faced backlash from the unhappy audience. He was pelted with bottles, paper cups, and other trash. It's unclear what exactly triggered the crowd's outburst, but Jonathan took it positively and tried to joke it off, although the confusion on his face was clearly visible. Remember, we promised to return to the topic of the Walmart shooting, for which DaBaby got off very lightly. Well, in 2022, another video from the scene surfaced online, which, in the eyes of many fans, quickly shattered the rapper's self-defense version. The video begins with DaBaby running up to a man named Henry Douglas, pushing him and then landing a punch. It's unclear what Douglas, a friend of the man who was shot and killed that day, and DaBaby said to each other right before their argument turned into a fight, but the former's hands appeared to be in the pockets of his hoodie until the artist made contact. Almost everyone who saw this footage began to doubt the self-defense version, since the rapper attacked first. Although no one can say for sure what exactly happened that day, this dealt yet another blow to DaBaby's already fragile reputation. In 2022, Baby on Baby 2 was released, and as expected, the the album flopped.
Yeah,
Is DaBaby's music really that bad? Obviously not, but reputation in the music industry is extremely important, and if yours is destroyed, you won't be able to succeed commercially. From 2022 to 2025, the artist released several albums, mixtapes, and singles that failed to make it to the charts. But despite that, DaBaby still has over 25 million listeners on Spotify, so it's impossible to say definitively what the rapper's future career will look like. A couple of months ago, DaBaby came to Russia to give a concert and became one of the few artists who decided to visit the country in the past few years.
Lit. Oh, that's lit. I know you went to Russia.
So, what's next for DaBaby's career? There's no clear answer, but ups and downs, scandals, and apologies have become routine for Jonathan, so we hope that soon the artist will please us with new hits and successful albums. What do you think? Will the artist be able to regain his reputation and climb the charts again in the future? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you all soon.
People opinion change like the weather, man. It's so wishy-washy, bro. Hey, shout out to Noah's rant. Let's get into this, man.
For me to even allow myself to get tricked into being in a space to where I feel like, I'm at the mercy of some who don't understand me as an artist anyway, because this was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out, but he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me. Right. So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and maybe about 15 others. Jay-Z and Beyonce being, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in.
If you just getting this message, it's way too late. For real, I'm gonna drop so much on y'all. You're gonna love it.
What really goes on at Diddy's infamous parties? DaBaby just dropped a bombshell that could shake Hollywood to its core, exposing Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy's alleged roles in some of the most disturbing rituals ever witnessed, from freak-offs to shocking allegations. This story goes deeper than anyone imagined. Why did Diddy pay DaBaby's son $1,000 just to make a face? What did DaBaby see at these parties that made him rebel against the industry? And how are Jay-Z and Beyonce tied to this scandal? Tonight, we're revealing everything, from eyewitness accounts to chilling footage, and the truth might be darker than you're ready for. For years, rumors about Diddy's infamous parties have swirled. Events where power players like Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly witnessed unspeakable acts. But now, DaBaby is breaking his silence, claiming he saw firsthand how these stars were involved in Diddy's twisted world of manipulation and control. DaBaby says he met Jay-Z and Beyonce late at night during one of these after parties, an unusual move for celebrities who rarely introduce themselves casually. But here's the thing, these stars don't casually introduce themselves to just anyone. DaBaby hinted that this wasn't about networking. It was about DaBaby being singled out for something much bigger.
Took you back, like, you know what I'm saying, with Beyonce. I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me. Right. So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and maybe about 15 others. Right. Jay-Z and Beyonce being, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in. Right. At the moment, And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Right. Beyonce, cut it out. And I'm a big fan of your work. You know what I'm saying? Whoop the whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me.
Even DaBaby's son wasn't spared from Diddy's unsettling behavior. In a resurfaced clip, Diddy hands him $1,000 and tells him to make the face he really wants to make. The boy looks visibly uncomfortable, raising questions about what Diddy's intentions really were and why he always seems to have a hidden agenda.
I want you to open that up because I want you to be able to make the face that you really want to make. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, open it now. You ain't gotta wait. Ain't nobody gonna take nothing from you. Oh no, he did. Oh, he did.
You know she got count that thing.
Go ahead. Count money. Hold your envelope.
You gotta always pay your taxes.
Have you ever felt like your smile affects you?
Go ahead. Count money. Hold your envelope.
You gotta always pay your taxes.
I know he didn't do that. I might hand him them little 520s. He's gonna be like, nah, big dog. Uncle Diddy, he gonna hey. You a legend. Yeah, you know.
$1,000.
I just counted.
But why would Jay-Z and Beyonce make such an effort to connect with the baby? The rapper believes it was all part of Diddy's plan to induct him into his inner circle, the exclusive group that stays behind after the main party ends. Dabby revealed how Diddy's freak-offs weren't just wild parties. They were events where power dynamics were tested and submission was demanded. Attendees were allegedly pressured into acts that blurred the lines between consent and coercion, all under the guise of bonding and loyalty. The baby, however, wasn't willing to play along. The baby hinted that he resisted Diddy's advances during the freak-off, refusing to participate in the rituals that many believe are a rite of passage in Hollywood's elite circles. And while the baby's refusal may have been an act of defiance, it came at a steep price. According to sources, only 15 people were allowed to stay back for these freak-offs, including Jay-Z, Beyonce, and other A-list celebrities. But what happened next left him shaken, and his career would never be the same.
I done been through all that before I ever even stepped in front of one of these, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't, I ain't even come in like no buddy at, like I wasn't even, you know, I never was really tripping on, you know, but I didn't deal with it like, you know, like closely, you know, that type shit. I didn't deal with them experiences with like, you know, that I done did this with that with, we'll do this about it, we'll do that. I didn't deal with it in the rawest way, so in terms of like, you know, what the public know, what the public see, all that's peanuts. That really ain't about nothing. And the whole time, wow, as much as you will see me going through, like, you know, or much see going on around me, controversy, whatever, publicly, like, it's going on in a real way. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, it's always been very real for me, you know, which is why, like, the way I treat the type that go viral and the type blow up in the headlines, and it's called controversy in the media when it comes to the music business. It'll get taken as arrogance when I kind of like downplay it or whatever, or not pay it, because motherfuckers don't know, like, I really deal with, you know, real in a very real way.
Right.
And I maneuver through it gracefully, you know, if I might say so myself. So it's, you know, I look at this other shit, it's like minuscule, you know, and it ain't for, you would have to know what I got going on to peep it, you know what I mean, to know what's going on. If not, it'll look like this just think he just goddamn, you know.
Insiders claim that Diddy personally handpicked a baby for this after party, a move many believe was meant to groom him into Hollywood's dark underbelly. But the baby refused to play along, and his decision may have cost him everything. Shortly after the encounter, the baby's career began spiraling, a decline so sharp that many insiders believe it was orchestrated by Diddy and his powerful allies as punishment for standing up against them. Freddie P even suggested that Diddy had firearms on him during these events, using intimidation tactics to keep attendees in line.
Me and Puffy hung out one night. We was in the Suburban. And he let me wear his ring. You know, the first thing we discussed when we got in the truck, you know what he discussed with me? What type of guns you like, money? He said, what type of guns you like, money? I said, I got a stick at my crib. I said, I keep a 40. He's like, nah, man, I like my revolver. He said, I keep my revolver. And I think he had it on, like, at the time. We was in the truck. He's like, I gotta have my revolver. I think one of the security guards was talking about what they like. I like my chopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just having, that's the kind of conversation he gave me one-on-one.
The baby wasn't the first to witness Diddy's dark world, but his story has a chilling connection to Freddie P's revelations. Both men found themselves pulled into Diddy's orbit, and both paid the price for resisting his control. Freddie P has been vocal about what happens when you cross Diddy, and DaBaby's career trajectory seems to follow the same ominous pattern. Freddie P claims he saw Diddy threaten someone on camera during one of these freak-offs, an act of power meant to silence dissenters and maintain control over his inner circle. Sources believe this person may have been DaBaby himself.
He threatened my life. He threatened my life in front of everybody. But it's like, I mean, what do? You think we're the only ones? Like I said, it became behavior.
It's like
I watched Puffy threaten somebody on camera. He's on camera with him whispering in somebody's ear like, Playboy. Like, and Puffy, look at Puffy. You think Puffy can beat somebody's ass? Like, I ain't gonna get it. He got little hands now. But you think Puffy can really like beat most of the men he be disrespecting? No. Like I say, he addicted to that power, and he turned into a monster. People like that in my group. I was hearing stories about people in my group. I never explored playing, but they don't want us to talk about Puffy. They just don't. And it ain't reasons being maybe not that they want to be rappers. A lot of people got to run into them in the streets again.
Ooh.
You understand? See, some of these people be too deep in the street. They get jumped on. They get bullied. You got Puffy.
Cause you never know when revenge can come, nigga. Or some bullshit.
A
vendetta have no date.
So a lot of these guys who still trying to do music and still be in that environment don't speak on Puffy because they will eventually fear something happening to him. You're in his world.
So you knew what happened to Dunn before it came out?
I knew about that, just like I know about the ones that's gonna come out after this, and it's gonna shock y'all.
As the layers of Diddy's freak-offs unravel, the allegations grow darker. Freddie P didn't just talk about the celebrities involved. He revealed that there were young male victims who were manipulated, groomed, and hurt during these events. And according to him, DaBaby wasn't just a witness. He was terrified to speak out. Freddie P claims that one male victim suffered unspeakable at one of Diddy's parties. He described how this person was left emotionally shattered, unable to recover from what happened. Freddie expressed deep sympathy for this seemingly underage victim, saying he wished he could do more to support him.
One person that really shocked me, and I want to say this, brother, I'm sorry for what you had to go through, man. And when I watch you, when I watch it back and I watch you, I feel more sorry for you, because even I could see you was a weaker link, and he took advantage of that. And doing that, you redirect somebody's career. You redirect their path in life. Like, I wanted to be a rapper until I got into the industry and found out what was in the back of it. Now it's like I don't want to rap no more. And I can understand the same thing for him. But he got essayed. So I don't know how many times it happened, but man, I feel with you, brother, man. And I feel like when you get your chance to speak up, you go out there, you be courageous. Don't worry about what the public got to say about you. You know, we support you. No matter what, we support you, bro. Because like I say, man, we all been in a situation where somebody used leverage against us, and it's unfortunate.
But here's where things take an even darker turn. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, revealed that young rappers were often invited to Diddy's hotel under suspicious circumstances. Gene claims he witnessed Diddy preparing supplies for these artists, including baby oils and other items meant for entertainment. According to Gene, these encounters weren't about music. They were about control and submission.
I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores, and he's doing shopping. Right, he's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay.
Man, these and your homeboy do some shit like that, man. I don't tell y'all niggas.
And it said plugs. And I was like, hey yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I said, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you can do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money.
Damn, they been to church too many times.
The guy stacked something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And when we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on that, I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm here at the door and stuff like that. Like, yeah. So then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door, and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin.
Freddie P also hinted at a pattern of grooming within Diddy's circle, a cycle where upcoming artists were conditioned to accept the rules of Hollywood's elite. He mentioned names like Meek Mill and Farnsworth Bentley as examples of individuals who allegedly went through this process.
But yeah, with Puffy, of course, I think he gay. I think everybody around him gay, and I think you don't get to stay around him unless you've proven that either you are with the or the don't bother you. There's not a man that I can see Diddy hanging around that I don't think he ever at least tried.
Get down like that, bro? Really getting down like that?
He's not like that. He's not like that. Puffy don't have a friend. Puffy didn't grow with nobody. He don't love nobody.
Was it really getting down like that?
You deserve it, daddy. And he knew what he was doing. That's kind of like when you have a sex with somebody or whatever, or kind of like one of the people in that community. They trying to spray you to everybody they could on the low. Like, we know, as a straight man, we know when they're trying to tell us that they're sleeping with somebody. They gonna give you attitude in front of the homeboys, cause they know, I don't give a they gonna give you one of them, cause y'all share beds together. They don't care that we know no more. It's shoes, nigga. They get the same attitudes that women get. So, if you ever been around Puffy to me, and your best friends or brothers are hanging in and all this other stuff, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with it if you are, you are. But yeah, you either took part in some foolery, aided some foolery, enabled bad behavior, or have your own ghost, have your own skeletons that he allowed to, I'll do this while you do that. We all good. We don't give a This our world. Let's all go on a plane and do it. You wanna be with fat? Go ahead. You can have fat. You like them. And why it's dirty? Whatever you do, and he found out you do, he can allow you around him. I gotta have something on you. I gotta play with your little hole or something. Puffy, it's an addiction. Turning people out. That was his addiction. That was his addiction. He didn't. There's plenty of people that he could have. It was his addiction. Y'all don't understand. Look at Bentley and all these people. Come on, man. Now that we know the monster, man, you carry the man umbrella. You was the man. I watched this man disrespect you every chance he got. Talk to you like his. He talked to Harv like his. He talked to D-Dot like his. He talked to all them his.
And then there's the chilling case of Justin Bieber, Diddy's most famous victim in plain sight. Freddie P has been vocal about what he believes happened during Justin's infamous 48 hours with Diddy, describing it as a turning point in Justin's life. Freddie claims that Justin was conditioned and manipulated during this time, and the fallout is something we're still witnessing today.
Justin Bieber, look at his
Diddy
life
was really
change.
moving around these
That man is terrified. I see the video.
nigga.
I'm in the streets, dog. You and like people know fear, dog. I mean, like, what happened to your number? You like, I lost it. No fear, man. You gotta think of all the people, the white folks, who've been at the parties. They scared. They don't roll in crowds with niggas and guns. You know, when they get slapped in the mouth at a party for being too high, they shut up. You get what I'm saying? You gotta think of all these people who've been terrified for years. Everybody. But see, people understand. I can say this because I've been saying it while he was out. I'm one of the few people been calling this out for years. I'm scared of who? I've been telling this nigga, where you at? I'm not scared of you.
The infamous 48 hours with Justin Bieber has resurfaced as one of the most disturbing examples of Diddy's alleged grooming tactics. Freddie P described how these moments weren't just innocent hangouts. They were calculated moves designed to condition young stars into submission.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time. New York. So, tell me, LA's a little dusty, but you know, first shot.
Justin Bieber couldn't wait to hear his little shit took.
Alright, so I'm gonna be drawing this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, somehow you gotta, you know, when you see.
I mean, I'm 15, you can ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit and all that. Not yet.
Just think about it.
Slow down.
He like, you ride on my lap, Paul.
One step at a time.
You can ride this car,
The
bitch.
keys is yours. You know, when you get 16, good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah. All right. Then, when you get 18, you get
But
the
that
house.
nigga let his
You
lips
get the
be
mansion.
gone.
Imagine. So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
Hey, he was happy though.
Wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
Justin Bieber spazzing out on everybody, nigga, now.
You seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives.
Diddy with Justin Bieber when he was only 15 years old are resurfacing. And the one thing that I want to ask is, why was a 40-year-old hanging around with a 15-year-old?
Cause his mom didn't give
Why
a
did
fuck,
you think that
nigga.
was an issue or a red flag? And also,
Blame his
listen to
mom,
what he
you
says in
junk
this
ass
clip.
motherfucker. Bitch, the mom didn't give no fuck,
You know,
nigga.
what we hanging out and what we doing.
Like, let's stop being dumb.
But it's definitely a
He didn't give a
15-year-old
fuck.
dream.
They used to that shit.
You know,
He was used to it,
I
man.
have been given custody of him. You know, he signed the Usher. I had legal
But
guardianship.
I always knew
Usher.
it was something with this goofy ass
He
little boy.
did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, yeah, we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
This is literally the definition of grooming. And Justin, who was only 15 here, he was new to the industry and
Man, fuck
definitely
all that
very
goofy
impressionable.
shit, though.
Now that all
Let's
these
get
new
to straight
allegations
business.
of Diddy
That's
have
what
been
matters.
exposed, it makes watching this video so much more disturbing.
Bieber could have been a
Justin
predator.
Bieber, he dropped the song that went over our heads. It's actually about Diddy this whole time. Which video? The song Lonely. Let me see.
Maybe that's the price you pay for the money you came at an early age.
He even came out and said stuff about how when he was younger, he was being taken advantage of, which is true. The problem
Man, y'all don't
was being
understand.
a victim of
Justin
the
Bieber
diddler.
could've been
What
a predator
happens
out of
because he
kids.
has so
Like,
much
let's be
dirt
honest.
on you, if you go out into the public, he may have videos, he may have embarrassing
they
things,
didn't
he
do what
might
he did.
even have incriminating footage of you doing things that you were forced to under the influence to do.
However, The most disturbing revelation of all time is that Freddie believes that Diddy had an inappropriate relationship with his stepson. A shocking revelation that adds another layer of darkness to this story. These allegations paint a picture of someone who uses power and influence to manipulate those closest to him.
I look at his kids and everything. It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know. Like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother don't gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy know. Right? I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be sure, son.
All I'm gonna say is, who's infatuated with another man's son now? Like that.
Freddie P revealed that Diddy threatened someone on camera during one of his infamous freak-offs, a moment that left witnesses shaken. Sources close to the situation believe this person may have been DaBaby, who reportedly began distancing himself from Diddy after attending one of these exclusive parties. DaBaby was reluctant to speak out about what he witnessed at Diddy's parties because he feared for his safety and career. This aligns with DaBaby's own statements about how his music career began spiraling after he refused to conform to the industry's demands.
Not allowing the conversation to move forward. Like, just for an example, and T-Rail can answer this on your podcast tomorrow, but we're talking about DaBaby getting canceled, and he's basically like denying that anything bad is happening to DaBaby. I'm like, he got kicked off 6 festivals. What are we talking about? It's a big deal. Just admit it's a big deal. Let's talk about it.
So I think it's gonna Diddy?
Thoughts, T-Rail. He's like, holla at me in November.
Those who answer the call of the back.
Yeah, see, I think it could have been because of Diddy who got DaBaby kicked off because he went do some shit.
Adolf Hitler, like they can't book him for anything. DaBaby will be good in the long run, but the thing that that you miss out on when you just say something simplistic like that is that DaBaby was a lot and may still be a lot bigger than the average, rapper. Mm-hmm. He was able to do a lot of things that a lot of rappers just simply can't. There's a lot of popular rappers out there that are not on a single with Dua Lipa that's doing 700 million views or whatever.
That's
that was actually a huge bag for him and opened up a ton of corporate dollars. I never even heard the song. I have no clue. I've never heard it either. At all, baby. No offense, Dua Lipa, whoever the you are. No offense. I never heard the song, but that kind of is huge.
And the fact that she came out and publicly denounced him as well.
Right, and the fact that even on, him being booked super high up on those festivals and stuff, that's like a big look that you just don't get. If you're NBA YoungBoy, might not have been booked for those kind of things because of him being controversial or Kodak Black. I wouldn't be surprised if dudes like that were left off of the bill on like Lollapalooza because they're woke as like when you look at the bill, it's not like a ton of rappers. It's like
it's only a couple.
It's only like the pre-selected rappers that are like hip enough and well liked enough by like the loose 30-year-old white crowd that they're willing to put them in that position. So DaBaby now is in a very different position where it's like there's no doubt in my mind that he could go and play high up on a festival. There's no doubt in my mind that he's talented enough musically that he could probably bounce back from a lot of this.
Yeah.
But at least in the short term, because like one of the things that DaBaby came out with when they were like dissing him and said Lollapalooza this weekend and like put the date and because that to him he's saying I'm so big and I'm getting all these crazy looks, you can't cancel me. They took that as a challenge as far as I'm concerned.
Cowboy, another rapper familiar with the situation, described DaBaby as a mascot, someone caught in a tug of war between exposing the truth and surviving in an industry that punishes dissent. He suggested that DaBaby's public feuds and erratic behavior stem from the immense pressure he feels from both sides. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, added another layer to this chilling narrative. He claimed that there are X tapes, explicit recordings involving A-list celebrities, circulating within the industry. Gene stated that these tapes are being used as leverage to keep people quiet, ensuring that no one dares to expose what really happens behind closed doors.
Oh, there's a few I can come up with. Will Smith. He's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black that Rat Pack.
Yeah, man.
And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner?
You gotta stand on your morals, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What's the other guy? Leonardo?
You gotta have integrity these days. You can't just sell out for the bag, man. You gotta have integrity.
Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there of other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So there's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true.
After all the allegations, testimonies, and shocking revelations, one thing is clear. DaBaby's story isn't just about his career or his encounters with Diddy. It's about a system of exploitation that stretches to Hollywood's most powerful names, including Jay-Z and Beyonce. And at the center of it all, the infamous X-tapes that could expose the industry's darkest secrets. From Diddy's freak-offs to the alleged involvement of Jay-Z and Beyonce, the revelations are too shocking to ignore. Will these X-tapes finally expose Hollywood's darkest secrets? Or will the industry continue protecting its own?
This is no shocker, you know? I mean...
Alright, we back. Yeah, so like, bruh, that's what I be saying, man. It's like, bruh, you gotta understand, man, that however you get it in life, bruh, you know what I'm saying? You gotta always have your morals. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers, man, will use anything and everything to try to fuck people's lives up, or careers, or anything. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even if you stand on your morals, they'll still try to fuck up your whole life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at least you could walk away and be like, yeah, I held my own. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you don't want to be one of them motherfuckers who just they just do anything to your ass and you just let it. You know what I'm saying? And you just like, you feel me? And at the end is like, boom. If you want to be the motherfucker, you fall back your whole life on all the fuck shit, on all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the only person that can speak for yourself is yourself. So it's like, if you just fuck over everything that represents yourself for a quick moment or quick high or quick whatever, and then you have nothing to, you know what I'm saying, value. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want at least be able to pop your shit, do what you do, and hold your ground, man, no matter what, because motherfuckers will use anything, everything, try to fuck up anything in your life or try to hold you back. Even like, it don't have to even be public, but you know what I'm saying, like spiritually, however. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, DaBaby, I feel like he's a person who got a chance to keep on making moves, but it just gotta be able to control it in the way that's gonna be the righteous way. But yeah, man, so we out this bitch hood and outside Big Crip gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.